What's up, everybody? We are back, and Steve is missing. There he is.
How do you do that? That's magic.
No,
I
I
don't
was connecting it to my channel, and for some reason it kicked me out. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
Technology.
We are back with episode number 298. 2 episodes away from 300. Dang.
Wow.
Nice, huh?
Insanity.
And the topic today is going to be essential or classic albums. No lists or, we're not putting them in any order. We just want to talk about some great albums like metalheads would do. But we also have with us a couple of guests. We've got Lance and Steve HarXson right above us there. And Steve is, raise your hand, Steve. HarXson.
Oh, hi.
The other Steve. There you go. That's Steve. The other one's Lance.
Yeah.
There you go. So anyhow, we're going to be talking a bit with them a bit. But before we do that, let's get into our quick normal stuff. John, Carcass John, you got anything you want to shout out?
Yes. Blackmore Rules. And Scott for being the middleman on this deal. Since I've been snowed in for the last 4 days and haven't been able to move, I've done lots of productive stuff, including finish the HarXson Wrecking Crew artwork and gone through all 5 discs plus the Blu-ray in this amazing Deep Purple Made in Japan box set. It turns out that I've got the vinyl version of Made in Japan with the Steven Wilson remixes, and it's great. I think, and I know this may sound blasphemous to some people, but I think the CDs sound better. The 24-bit mastering is incredible. So shout out to Blackmore Rules wherever you are up in the Great White North. I know that you think that our paltry weather of, dipping down to almost 16 degrees and freezing snow and rain and all that stuff is probably no big deal, but thank you very much. And if I can repay the favor, I'm absolutely down to talk about it. So that's all I have, but everything honestly has been shut down. I mean, since Friday it started to snow. Well, it rained, it froze, it sleeted, it froze, it snowed, then it rained, then it froze, and then it got down into the single digits, and the wind started picking up, and it was sub-zero in Texas, of all places. And so yesterday when I cleaned the ice and snow off the Queen's car, because she thought, yeah, I'll just take the kid to work. Sure you will. There was 5 inches, and it was like, when you haven't cleaned your freezer for, I don't know, like a year, it was just like that. And we literally had to chisel it off her hood. And I thought, if it's like that on your hood, it must be like that on the roads. And sure enough, it still is. So anyway, be safe out there. Stay warm. I know the Creeper guys messaged earlier, and they were socked into. They haven't practiced in 4 days, which is unusual for them. So, and Tony Clem, I talked to him over the weekend too, and they were getting blasted up there. Our friend Brandon Baddock up in the Rhode Island area, he's getting blasted. The Metal Madman, he's getting blasted with snow, ice, and the carnage of, it's like an Immortal is doing a world tour just in snow. But anyway, that's all I got. But thanks again to Blackmore Rules. That was pretty awesome of you.
And there he is right there. Blackmore Rules just showed up.
Yes, thank you.
Mr. Pickles here. We got Damien Hair Metal, Motley 123 Rock, Shannon Fry from the mighty Avenger of Blood. Checking in. Warhammer 666. And people start already checking in. So
see what Blackmore Rules says. He said, "Sorry, I sent the weather to you as a bonus disc."
Nice.
From Canada.
I don't know why the names are up in front of us. I hate that. I got to figure out how to take that off. They're not usually there. Anyhow, what you got, Steve?
I got nothing today.
Yes, that'll ask us the question.
Okay, I got a quick one, and then I'll. A friend of mine named David Beck got a hold of me. He's like, I saw you were looking for a couple Megadeth albums, and there are a couple that I just haven't been able to find on vinyl, on, for a decent price. This being one of them, and he's like, I got one for you. So he just sent it to me, which was really nice of him. Countdown to Extinction. Wish they would have hired me to do this reissue cover because it's blurry,
blown out.
Well, it's not a above board reissue, so
no, it's hard to tell. It's got Capitol Records, it's got a Capitol Records center, but it's hard to tell.
They did a good job, and it sounds good. It's a rip of the CD. They did a really good job on it. I've got them too.
And I got the official of the one BMG of the world.
That record's
The
so
World Needs a Hero.
underrated. I love that record.
I like it too. And then, of course,
I still didn't get mine. So annoyed.
Did you get the Target version? Because it has a bonus track on it.
no, this is the Amazon version with the lenticular cover. But I will get the CD from Target next time I get in there.
I ordered the signed version from, was it Talk Shop Live or Talk Live Shop?
George G's Room of Rock checking in. What's up, George?
I'm sick of pre-ordering albums and getting them 2 or 3 months later, though. That's become it used to be if you pre-ordered a record, you got it early. And now it seems like you get it 2 to 3 months later than all the stores do. I don't know when that flipped, but
As all the labels that I work for, they all, as soon as they get them in, they're shipped. Like the HarXson's not actually due out until the 30th or 31st, something like that.
Yeah.
And anybody who pre-ordered directly from the label, they already have theirs in hand. So unfortunately, everybody who've ordered from Amazon or any of those other places, they have to wait until the release date. So anyhow, well, before we get into the show, we do have our normal thing we gotta do, which is John and
Okay, hey, I just noticed someone chiming in. Dar Stellabata, she's the guitarist for Fuzz Voyage. They're a band from Baltimore, I think, or the East Coast somewhere. And I appreciate her punching in. I tagged them in a Facebook post for the Carcass John's Alter Ego tonight. We're playing a track off their debut tape, and it really sounds great. So thanks for tuning in. But
hey, Damien, I also ordered that Peter Criss from that Amazon, and mine finally came in today. So hopefully yours is not too far behind.
Yep. Okay, DC area, cool. Anyway, all right. Pick of the week. My rock pick of the week. I've been spinning Kansas like there's no tomorrow for some strange reason, because I've been locked down and I need stuff that sounds good. And I think Leftoverture was the one record. I like all their albums, especially up into this record, but this was the one that put them over the top. Carry On Wayward Son. I think there's a lot of elements in here that you can hear in prog rock, prog metal, blues, ambient, all sorts of stuff. So I think everybody needs this in your collection. And unfortunately, my copy has not arrived yet, but I think everybody needs to just go out and buy the new Megadeth. I got some tracks sent to me by Brandon Baddock, one of our friends of the show, and he didn't send me the bonus tracks yet. I guess there's a digital bonus track, and then there's Bloodlust, and then there's something on the CD that's different than the album. But I can't complain about it. And if you're going to go out on your shield, I think Dave did a fine job. And I don't care all the hype about did he use AI for lyrics and whatever else. I just don't care. That the thing is, it's a solid record. And I think as a tribute to the last record that they're going to put out, this is more than amply done. It sounds great, and it rips. And let there be shred. You know, that speaks volumes on how I feel about the record. So
I don't get the whole AI thing, because he's always written good lyrics. It's not like he just magically wrote good lyrics on this record, you know?
Yeah, and the thing is I think he's been around a long time. He's got hot sports opinions, and he knows he's got things in his brain that he's gone through a lot of adversity here recently with medical issues, et cetera, et cetera. But anyway, so my picks of the week are Kansas, Leftoverture, and the new Megadeth or Megadeth.
Hold it up.
What's that?
I told Scott to hold up the new Megadeth.
Oh yeah, hold up the new Megadeth.
Here it is.
Yeah, go out and buy it. And all this controversy about I don't like his voice. I don't like. Well, it's Megadeth.
There we go.
And these are the same people that like Guns N' Roses and the current Motley Crue. I mean, give me a break. You're going to complain about Dave Mustaine's voice, but I don't want to get into it. Those are my picks, or the pick of the week.
Sounds good to me.
All right. Sounds like grass.
All right, let's get into the show. Before we do that, I want to once again thank our guest for coming on, which is Lance and Steve Harris, and from HarXson, not Harrison. This is their new album that is due to release this. I think it's this coming Friday, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's the release date. But you can order it now. They're shipping now. You can order it from anywhere, Target and Amazon and eBay, and but you can order it direct from the record company, which is NoLifeToModel.Records.com, and they are shipping right now. There was some really cool pre-order giveaways to the people who were willing to pay before it was actually released, stickers and photos and stuff. But those are all gone, so that's awesome. That means they're sold out. So, but yeah, you can still get the records. You can still get the CD. So check them out. So if you guys don't know who these guys are, why don't you guys, before we get into the topic, tell us a little bit about yourselves.
Awesome, man. We just love thrash metal, playing fast music, and this is our first debut release, and we're excited because thank you, Scott. You did a lot of work for us. The artwork layout was done all by you, besides the front cover, and then Carcass John, you've done several pieces for us, man. Like, you're awesome. So, yeah.
Concho.
You got the concho behind you.
And yeah, we're the two brothers from HarXson for
16 years.
2006 to 2021. We're the Harrison brothers from HarXson. So
yeah.
There it is.
So we're just happy to just keep trying to raise the flag, carry the flag of metal, and just do the best we can, Nice. He's got the concho too.
Concho is dedicated to all of our friends and fans and family in Japan.
Yeah.
Which you played several times with HarXson, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we played Japan 3 times.
True
Like
thrash.
somebody we know did the artwork in that, right?
That guy down there did the artwork.
I have my moments of brilliance, but so anyway, but yeah, I'm stoked. I'm stoked to hear the final product. I've been privy to hear some of the sneak peek on the tracks, but man, that it's great that you're continuing to carry the flag of thrash metal, because seems like thrash had a huge year last year. And as much as I like other types of music, I love thrash. So I'm happy that you're doing it.
Yeah, thank
Same
you,
here.
man. You guys have all helped a lot with us, so thank you for the support and having us on today. It's always awesome to be on here with you guys.
Well, you got a couple questions. One I saw from some people on here. One of them was they wanted to know how you got hooked up with Bill Metoyer.
Well, we recorded our last album with HarXson, the Immortal Legacy record. We recorded that with Bill Metoyer. He produced and mixed that one. And Lance wrote that whole record musically. And Lance has been in contact with him.
I stayed in contact through all of COVID and all that crap. So, I mean, he was an obvious choice. Loved working with him. Yeah. Besides, he's amazing,
Yeah, I mean, he's like a legend in hard rock and metal circles. So,
yeah, we were just happy that he wanted to work with us, so that was the most important thing. He doesn't work with everybody. He's pretty busy a lot of times, and he took on our project and, he knocked it out of the park. He captured what we pretty much will sound like live. It's not overproduced or anything. And he kind of actually helped me turn into the vocalist, because we were looking for a singer, and I just did a scratch vocal in the studio trying to get a reference to other singers we were talking to. And I just ended up turning into the lead vocalist after the first 2 scratch tracks on the album. So
yeah, me and Bill kind of looked at each other and just like, I think we found your singer.
Never know till you try, right?
Right.
And you guys just recorded a new video and released it too, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we just released the Can't Kill Us, the title track video last week, and our friend Tanner Poppet, thank you, Tanner.
We see you, Tanner. We see you.
Tanner and his dad, Les Poppet, man, they helped us a lot with the editing and video, everything. I mean, it was awesome, and turned us on to a killer place where now we rehearse all the time at the Sideshow Studios. Sherman and Gina. They're amazing. And that was all because of Tanner to up there. So
right on. And then we got the other question was somebody asked, can you give us your 2 top thrash albums?
oh man.
Me, I would say Exodus, Bonded by Blood, and Metallica, Kill 'Em All. Steve?
I was gonna say that. I was gonna say that too, but
Right on.
yeah.
Well, cool. Yeah, but so anybody doesn't know, there's a whole episode we did with a couple weeks, well, maybe a month ago, where we went real deep into HarXson and HarXson and touring and all kinds of stuff. We even talked a bit about the relationship with Caton and how much you guys appreciate, the fact that he kind of gave you guys a bit of a break, and that's why people know who you are, is because of his band. So
well,
I thought that was really cool.
We worked for every bit of it.
Absolutely. So yeah, but yeah. So if anybody's interested, I'll put a link on Facebook after on YouTube after this finishes, so you can watch that whole video. But for this one, we thought we'd bring them on and we would do a topic, and we're just going to show off some records. So we're going to basically just show off essential or classic albums that we think everybody should have in their collection, and just stuff that we think everybody should have. And what do you think of these albums? So I thought I'll start, and then we'll just go around clockwise, if that's cool, like we normally do. But I had a hard time with this one, so I'm going to show 2, and I'm going to let you guys pick which one you think would be the most essential. But In Rock and Machine Head. These two albums are bookends for me, man. They can't be separated. I love them both. And there's a lot of Deep Purple that I like, but these 2 would always make my top. I mean, these are the ones I kind of discovered them on. Richie Blackmore's guitar playing on these is otherworldly. The keyboards are as heavy as the guitars, which is not something you tend to think of, because it's not keyboard, it's Hammond organ. What do you guys think?
I bought Machine Head off the shelf. That was one of the first records I ever bought as a 13-year-old kid, and then I grew to like In Rock. But I'll tell you, the one that sent me over the Deep Purple edge, it just because we're talking about Deep Purple, is, and I've already mentioned it, but the Made in Japan, and it gave me a vast kind of a description of the band in its entirety at the time, and even live I was impressed, whether they're studio tricks, kind of like we could have discussed the Kiss Alive or whatever. There's some studio tricks there. It didn't matter. It sounded so good. But I might have to go, Scott, with Machine Head. That would be my vote, even though I love In Rock. I think In Rock's great.
I prefer In Rock now, but throughout my life, Machine Head was always the go-to album. As I've gotten older, I lean more towards In Rock, but I don't think you can't go wrong with either one of them. You should have either. You should have both of them in your collection.
Correct.
Yep,
but
I agree.
Steve, Lance?
I agree.
Machine Head.
Yeah, a Machine Head.
Actually, my favorite Machine Head track wasn't on the album. It's When a Blind Man Cries.
It was a B-side
from that session. I think it's one of the best songs that they ever wrote. It's insane that it wasn't on that record. But
and one of my favorite songs isn't on there either, but it's Burn. With
Yeah.
some of the most amazing drumming you'll ever hear. I mean, that dude is just like got 10 arms on that song.
Well,
I just don't get how they listened to When a Blind Man Cries and said, you know what, let's make this a B-side.
It was. I understand. I was reading an article about the album, and the record company deemed it too lightweight. They wanted to keep the heaviness of the record or whatever.
I kind of get it, but man, that's such a great song.
No, man, I love that song.
Yep. Lance and Steve, whichever one's going, or both.
Okay. I'll go first. So.
Oh yeah.
Holy Diver. This record, when I was like 9 years old, we were going to junior high school. Every morning before school, we'd put this on and listen to it. And Lance would invite his friends over, and they would break up a little Devil's Lettuce on it and get a little crazy before school. But this album is one of my favorites right here.
Yep. Yeah, right on. I saw that. I got to see that tour live. Twisted Sister opening at a small club called the Tower Theater in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
That would also go a little bit right after this.
Yep.
Yep.
That album isn't. Yeah, there's that out and out classic. I
That's
mean,
a-
you could have brought Mob Rules, and I would have said they're again bookends of both those albums.
Mhm.
I mean, Sign of the Southern Cross is one of my favorite Sabbath songs. So
Yeah.
Metal
We-
songs, favorite metal songs, not just Sabbath.
Well, while we're still talking about that, let's just get the big elephant in the room out of the way.
There you go.
Oh,
Man,
I know.
I was going to bring that one out too.
I know.
Without this one, I think that everything goes in a different direction, maybe, but who knows?
Yes.
History has made this. I think this is where it all starts. But you got to have this. I mean,
Yeah.
For
come on.
sure.
And in fact, I just read something from Tony Iommi. I might have sent you the video clip on it, where they just didn't have any time. They just stuck the mic out there and they said, let's just go. And what did they record it in, like a day or less, or 7 hours or some
Something
ridiculous?
really quick, yeah.
So, and sometimes that's when it happened, when the magic really happens.
well, yeah,
and
some of the greatest albums in the world is when they were able to capture that youthful magic that you can't, like we were talking earlier about Kill 'Em All. That album is raw, heavy, sloppy, but it's freaking awesome because they
Savage,
captured
man.
lightning in a bottle, and that's the way that
Yeah.
Black Sabbath is. It's lightning in a bottle.
Agreed.
What you got for us, Steve? Now that we took up all the Black Sabbath and you can't do show any.
So I'm gonna start with a modern classic. I wanted to start with something new from the last couple years, and this ended up being my favorite 2 years ago, and I still pull it out at least once a week, every 2 weeks. But Absolute Elsewhere from Blood Incantation. If you guys, I'm sure we've all talked about this probably a dozen times on here, but this is one of my favorite albums of the last 5 or 6 years. It doesn't get much better. Take progressive death metal and crash it into Pink Floyd, and you get a little bit of this album. It just doesn't get a whole lot better. And I don't care what kind of metal you're into, you should check this album out.
Yep. 1,000% agree with you.
Yeah,
It's their whole.
I describe it as Pink Floyd playing death metal.
Yep.
But also that one Extol album, kind of, that's the same thing. It reminds me of too. You remember? You know what that album was talking about?
Yep. The I can't remember the one with the.
I think it's just self-titled Extol.
Yeah.
Yep. Anyhow, sorry.
And
I'm up.
Yeah.
Just as important as the Godfather's first album, you've got the Rebirth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
go wrong.
And I didn't realize that it wasn't soon after he left Sabbath that he was just hit the ground running, man. It wasn't like it was 10 years and then all of a sudden Ozzy's popped up and doing records. It was just like a year or two, and he's headlining stadiums and
Well, he just showed up
basketball
in the studio though. It was Bob Daisley that did all the real work.
Oh gosh, and that could be for a whole nother episode.
Yeah.
Well, he wrote all the lyrics. He wrote most of the music. Him and Randy wrote most of the music. So I mean, the band wasn't even called Ozzy Osbourne. It was supposed to be called Blizzard of Oz. And
Yeah.
surprise, surprise to the rest of the guys
I
in the band when they
think-
find
I
out it was
think
called
Randy
Ozzy
was-
Osbourne's Blizzard of Oz.
I think Randy was still in Quiet Riot when he started writing a lot of that stuff. So
Yeah, that's true. Oh, I'm up. All right, well, how about I got a pile of them here. So again, this would be my choice. This should be in every Metalhead's collection.
Oh yeah.
I've said that
I just have it sitting here.
I've shown this multiple times to people suggesting that.
Only
Sad Wings.
only because I'm older. I went all the way.
I like-
back to-
My favorite Priest stuff is the 70s stuff, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
But if someone was, people have often said, give me one album that describes heavy metal to you, and that's this. This is like the definition of heavy metal. But I always get people that tell me that this one is actually better. Now I don't know what you guys think, but I
like them both. But Screaming for Vengeance is, I mean, that was like 80% of metalheads from the 80s. That was that's what made him a metalhead, was that record right there.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
And that album was the first metal album I remember getting a lot of radio play, on channels that didn't play that type of music.
Yeah, you got another thing coming. Exactly. Yeah, Stained Class was the album that got me into him, but by the time this album came out, I was just a diehard. So,
But the song "Screaming for Vengeance," I mean, you can hear it ringing in your ears right now, and that's as heavy metal as it gets.
Yeah,
that guitar tone when they start Hellion, I mean, it's just amazing. You can't deny that. You know, those two guitar players were.
And I love that if you look at Judas Priest's catalog from like 76 to 85, there's a band named after almost every single one of their songs.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn on the other light.
Jason McDowell picked Alice Cooper, $1 Billion Babies, and Love It to Death. Yeah, both of those are
Any Alice Cooper through 75, you can't go wrong.
Yeah. Yes. All right, who's up? I know we kind of jumped a little bit because
Harrison
Lance jumped at the gun.
That's all right.
That's all right. Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Hey, I love that record.
Dirty Deeds.
And it's got to be the Australian version. Man,
that's
so good.
Why did they not use that cover? That cover is so awesome.
I know. We had this album
because they used the what's the company that did the cover for the US version? Hypnosis.
Yeah, it was Hypnosis.
Yeah, horrible cover.
with the people at the store, the hotel.
Yeah. Well, we had this record when we were kids, the original version, and I don't know, something happened to it. It got lost. So I was able to pick this one back up. This one's not the easiest to find anywhere, you know, but I just always remembered that one when we were kids. Lance had the album cover, and I saw it one time and I just had to grab it. I couldn't let it sit there. So that one. That's the one we grew up.
This one here is more of a compilation. I don't even think it's got different songs on it than
it's a couple songs from the first two records, the first two Australian records.
Yeah. So there's basically two different versions of it, but can't go wrong with any AC/DC from that era, in my opinion. I love all that early 70s stuff from the AC/DC. You're up, John.
Okay, let's just go. Rain and Blood. I think that's, if this isn't iconic to metalheads, I think that we need to check their metal card, because
I almost pulled Seasons in the Abyss.
Well, that triumvirate right there in the middle.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, they're like a tale of two styles, because the first few are more raw and ripping and almost like black and thrash, and then they I don't know what they did. I think they changed. Didn't they change guitar companies? You guys, Steve and Lance, you would know that. It seemed like they went to a different brand of guitar or something. I don't remember.
I think Kerry has always played the BC Riches, and then Jeff went from like the Les Paul to the Jacksons, and then to the ESPs.
I still think the Jacksons from the 80s are the best sounding thrash metal guitars of all time. It doesn't get much better.
They're not going to disagree with you on that, probably.
Yeah. The Jackson Kelly Pro from the late 80s, I think, is one of the best sounding guitars I've ever heard.
No arguments here.
Can't go wrong with Slayer, Rain and Blood.
Hell no, that's a
pointy guitars.
So I'm going to go to a 90s classic. This one changed the music that I listen to, and I still go back to this all the time. This is not my favorite from the band. The album before this is, but this is just one of those perfect albums at the perfect time in my life, and it's Heartwork.
Yep, that's a killer.
Just one of those perfect albums. I had gotten into death metal a little bit, but that was an album that really made me a death metal fan and got me looking that direction. And I actually went backwards and then got Necroticism. I think Necroticism is a much more important album. But, man, Heartwork is just one of those perfect albums. Again, perfect moment in time. I remember when I bought it the first time and listened to it the first time. So.
Well, before I go, what do you guys think of this one? Peter Steele fan said. How about Motorhead?
Oh.
Yeah, I had a Motorhead in my hand. In fact, I had Overkill. I know Ace of Spades is the more popular pick, but
but Overkill was 1978. Who else? Yeah. There was very few bands doing that fast, steady double bass that Animal was doing back then.
And that was the first official record. I think On Parole is better than the first two records, personally. And that was recorded in late 76, early 77?
Yeah, 76. On Parole was a little bit more of a punk rock edge to it.
Yeah, it's more of a 70s hard rock record, but man,
whereas Overkill was just I mean, there's no way you can. Overkill was like another defining metal album.
I
So,
was just thinking.
but I did figure out how to get the names going. Yay! Oh, guess I'm up. All right, ready? What do you think of this one?
Oh.
Which one's more important?
Yeah, you can't choose. They're both important.
Yeah, I don't think you can really. I mean, obviously, Metallica is the more popular pick, but as we've been touting on this show, popularity doesn't mean greatness necessarily, but both of those are great.
Yeah.
I mean, I love them. I love them both. I think the production on this one, on the Megadeth one, holds it back a little bit. I mean, I like raw production, but this is beyond raw. The original pressing, anyhow.
As much
There's
as
lots
I
of
love it,
remixes that are.
I never pull it out. I never pull out the first Megadeth. It's always the second and third that I pull out.
See, I love the second and third more as well.
Yeah.
So, and it's because of the production. The remixes are great though, but the songwriting is really cool. I mean, you could just tell it's almost the same songwriting as it's on here. And of course, we know why.
I wonder why.
Yeah,
but but I mean, I haven't played them Kill 'Em All in a long time, and I don't know, a year or two ago, I bought one of those Walmart versions of it. This is an original pressing, but I bought one just so I'd have a player copy, and I just gave it a spin, and man, it's just I was just enjoying it.
What's crazy about the Metallica album too is if you know the band from that era, the album is slow compared to how fast they played those songs live. I mean, they were so blistering fast live back then. It's kind of sad that they don't, when they play those older songs, they don't play them that fast anymore. You know, they use the click tracks now, and it kind of took that away from it. But man, they were so fast back then.
Yeah, I heard a version of Motor Breath from live and back in San Francisco when they played live. It was so fast. It was amazing.
You can hear it on, I think you can hear it on the demos too. If you have you've heard Metal Up Your Ass or No Life Till No Life
Leather.
All those songs are so much faster than what was released on the actual albums.
Yeah, and people always ask me if did you get the name No Life Till Metal from the Metallica demo No Life Till Leather? Yes, I did. 100% took it from that. Yep.
Solved.
The No Life Till Metal name has been around since the mid '90s, and it's taken on many fashions. It started off as a review website, and then it became YouTube channel, and then it became my business for doing graphics, and now it's a record label as well. So it's been around for a while.
Ooh,
all right,
man, that's a good one, Greg. Man, I wish I'd have thought about that.
Riot Narita.
Fire Down
Under.
Oh yeah,
Fire Down
I
Under.
can't believe I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
That's a straight.
There's just so many. I was like, I'm looking. I'm like, oh my gosh, man! I could have pulled 100 records. Anyhow, go ahead. You guys go.
Lance, we have.
Do you want me to go stock back up?
Our collection. We don't have the big collection like you all behind you. We got to go in the other.
I'll be right back.
You don't even have to show anything. You could just say it if you want. But yeah, if you want to show it, that's fine. You can go get it.
He's gonna go look through. So
right on.
Well, to be honest with you, I've started my vinyl collection a little late, but most of the ones that we're pulling are, I've been kind of regrowing, but I can't even compare with you guys. You guys have like the cream of the crop. But,
we're geeks.
But it just makes it more fun when you go to the record store, because there's so many I don't have. So I have a good chance of finding something good. So, but yeah.
Well, I'll throw something up there while he's picking something.
Yeah, go for. Oh God, yeah.
Everyone loves the first album, but I love I like this one better for whatever reason. Van Halen 2.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they hit their stride, I think. And I think the first album was a little hurried. They were trying to strike while the iron was hot and get them out on tour and blah, 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 get them kicked off tour so they could start selling out on their own. But man, Van Halen 2 is heavy. And there are tons more heavy metal elements, I think, in Van Halen 2 than Van Halen 1. I love them both. In fact, the first 5. I mean,
yeah, I love the first 4. I like Diver Down too. It's more of an EP than an album, but
truth be known, Fair Warning is heavy of the heaviest.
Oh yeah, Fair Warning's great, and I love too.
Favorite. Yeah,
I think the thing with Van Halen 1 is it's just been played so many times, you just kind of get sick of hearing it. Songs like Jamie's Crying and even Eruption, which I still love Eruption. I remember hearing it for the first time and my jaw dropping.
My favorite stuff now is the bootlegs from like 76 and 77 before the album was released. That's the main stuff I listen to now.
The Gene Simmons demos are
so
exceptional.
Good. So or the Ted.
Okay.
What about that one?
Well, so Lance just showed up with some more, so I'm gonna have to put this out there.
Oh,
There you go.
Oh, yeah, of course.
So we'll have
The,
this. Obviously, everyone should have
The
this.
debut of Bruce in
Yeah.
Iron Maiden, formerly of Samson.
Yep.
And then Lance will do one more.
Yes, I
Of
nearly
course.
pulled that one too. That is such a heavy, fast record. People don't realize how. There it is. There's Samson. Yeah, they don't realize how fast and heavy that Twisted Sister record is, because people associate Twisted Sister with, you know, the Stay Hungry songs, as opposed to, you know.
Lance, Steve just schooled us with that one though. You pulled that one out. That's awesome, man. That's a classic.
Yep.
So
I mean, the only slow song on there is Burn, and that's a super heavy song.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Go
I
ahead.
don't know who's next now. What
But
do you
yeah,
know?
I'll go next. So this next one, I think this is one of the 5 best metal records of all time. That's how much I love this record. I don't see enough people talk about it. They always talk about their earlier records, but this is the 91 self-titled record from Trouble. This is just a perfect record.
Yes, it is.
There's not a bad minute on this album. This is one that everybody should have in their collection. Everybody talks about was it Psalm 9 and the Skull. Man, this thing is perfection right there.
I think the sound changed a bit on that one compared to the
first
three,
they were one of the first bands really to start going back towards that 70s sound, you know, with this album. Then the next one became more psychedelic. The one after that became a little more psychedelic. They were kind of doing that before Monster Magnet or any of these other guys were doing it. And you start hearing it a little bit on that record right there. Really killer.
Peter Steele fan said, "Hey, I have that record."
He should. Everybody should.
Yeah.
I think he stole your record.
Yeah.
I think we broke our camera with Twisted Sister.
We froze on you.
That's all right. We can still hear you.
Or I can take you out if you want to log back. I can take you back out if you want to log back in.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll take you off. Okay. And until they come back, I'll pick something different because I want.
Yeah, Shannon, Plastic Green Head. I didn't like it when it came out. I didn't get it, but when I went back to it like 5 or 6 years later, man, I absolutely love that record. And Peter Steele, Crowbar, Oddfellows Rest. That's also one of my 10 favorite records of all time.
That thing is brutally heavy.
I think that's one of the heaviest records of all time. And the lyrics, I mean, he was steeped in alcoholism right there, and you can hear it in the lyrics there. It's a 10-star. I actually sent that one to Scott years ago on CD because he didn't have a copy of it. I was like, you've got to have this in your collection. So good. That's a great one. I didn't think of that either. I'm actually hoping to see them with Acid Bath pretty soon here.
It's really weird that they're not here yet. But I got one here. I'll show. How about
can't argue with that.
I think this album kind of changed rock and roll, as a whole, and heavy metal. I mean, and other genres too. I mean, even like Garth Brooks admits how much Kiss was an influence on his stage sound. You know, so anyhow, I think I heard him just click in, and there we go.
There we go.
Kiss was that band that made it cool to like hard rock in the 70s. You know, people that weren't listening to rock. Or heavy hard rock, heavy metal. You know, that was a band that they got into first.
It made me want to see them live. I'm like, this looks so spectacular. And as much as I loved Deep Purple Machine or Made in Japan, that right there, and then that book that came with it, and all the pictures on it, and everyone holding up the banners, and it made me want to go. I had to go see him.
And what year did you get to go see him for the first time?
Dressed to Kill.
Oh, 74.
No, it was Rock and Roll Over.
Oh, 76.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get to see. I was old enough to. I got to see him for the first time.
Young.
I wanted to see him for the first time in '83. I couldn't. I wanted to see him in '78 and '72, but my parents were. I was a kid, and my parents were like, "Yeah, no, we're not taking you to that." But when I was finally able to drive myself, and I got to see him at the Spectrum, that would have been on the in like '84 on the Animalized tour.
Yeah, I went with somebody that could drive because I wasn't able to drive it. That was my junior year of high school. Anyway, yeah, it was a long time ago. But you know, when you're old, you get to see all the cool bands when they were actually good, without all the replacement players.
Got a couple people asking, what is the topic? We're just talking about classic, essential albums that everybody should have in their collections. And you guys are up again, so go ahead.
I mean, okay, I'll go with this one, and Lance will come after. But
yes, one of my all-time favorites. I play that thing all the time.
I also pulled that
Steve,
one.
You
I
got
also have the shirt on.
Oh, I beat you to that one, huh? You had that cute, I bet. Sorry, you
The
got
song
1,000.
Steven, when I was a kid, my dad would play this record, and the song Steven scared the shit out of me.
Yeah.
It was so spooky. You know, I love this record, though.
And you guys picked this up?
Yeah, I have it back here somewhere.
This is the Welcome to My Nightmare live at the Los Angeles Forum 75.
There you go.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I don't have that one yet, but I'm going to pick that one up one day.
It's brand new. It just came out on Black Friday this past year.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I got to go record shopping with any of you guys one day, and you guys will get me dialed, I'm sure. So
we'll get to Texas, man. We got plenty of places to play and plenty of stores.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good one, too.
Yep.
So,
Merciful Fate.
I kind of like the second album better, but I don't know. It's always hard to say.
I could have picked them, but I picked this one.
He was kind of rushing because he was dragging behind.
I'm kind of the oddball because I think Nuns Have No Fun is the best thing that they ever released. I just thought that EP is amazing.
The guitar playing on those first two albums are all that dual guitar work is just jaw dropping awesome, and then you get those haunting falsetto vocals from King on top of it, and I mean the whole thing is just creepy as hell.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, somebody said Lizzie Borden Visual Lives or Deal with the Devil. I give you either one. I'd also throw in there. I know this is not a popular opinion, but Starwoods, If It Ain't Broke, Break It is actually one of my favorite Lizzie Borden albums. So
I have that over here too. I'm not going to dig for it though.
No. It's the only Lizzie Borden album that's not actually called Lizzie Borden, but it's all the Lizzie Borden members. It's just the guitar player Alex. His name is skipping my mind. Anyhow, the guitar player had passed away, and I think it was just one of those things where they were trying to, I don't know, without the original guitar player, we're not going to be Lizzie Borden anymore. And then that changed after a while. And now Lizzie Borden is actually just Lizzie. I think he's the only original member left in the band. I don't even know if his brother Scott's still in the band or not. But anyhow,
yeah. Tony mentioned Rick Mortis. I almost pulled that one.
What you got, John?
Well, only because our friends from Fuzz Voyage and Dard joined us today for the first time, which is killer. I'm going to pull this one out of the fires. Robin Flower, Bridge of Sighs. I've got the green cover, the tan cover, the Japanese version, the German version, the UK, whatever. The thing is, I buy this on the regular just so I can have it to give away because it's, in fact, I gave it to my cousin's daughter for her 16th birthday. And now she plays it over and over and over again. So I think even if you're not a guitar player, you have to appreciate Robin Trower.
Okay,
and
that record.
And this thing is a 10 out of 10. If I could rate it as 100 out of 10, I would rate it as 100 because it's that good. And the live album that follows this thing is equally as good.
Yep. Nope. Jason McDowell said
that's probably an unpopular opinion, but I think that's a great album too. It's definitely the least liked of the era, which I never got. I've always loved that record, but
I love the first two albums, and then that one came out, and it was like the title track's amazing, but the whole album as a whole, to me, just sounded unfinished. Like they didn't have enough time, which is what the band claims. They didn't have enough time. Anthrax claimed the same thing on Persistence of Time, though, right? No, not Persistence of Time. What album was it? What was the fourth album called?
State of
the
Euphoria.
yellow one? State of Euphoria, where they rushed the album out and they really didn't get to finish the songs like they wanted to. But in any case, where are we? Who's up?
Steve.
So I could have done any record from this band because I love them all pretty much equally, but this is the one I go to the most. I never get sick of this. I've heard the songs on here a million times, and I still pull it out regularly. Bad Reputation.
Yes, one of my all-time favorite albums.
And Lizzie, it doesn't get much better than this.
Wait, Scott, you know about Thin Lizzy?
I like them a little bit.
A little.
I've heard of them.
Those guys in Aerosmith and a couple other bands I like a lot. Yeah.
You're pulling a cheap trick on us now.
I'm going to throw a wrench into this. These are more modern.
You gonna show
And,
Yentl?
Yes, and this is no. I'm going to show Osric Tentacles.
You mean live underslunky?
No,
Okay.
actually, I'm going to show HarXson.
Oh,
And I'm purposely showing these two albums because the guys who played on these albums are sitting right there next to us.
Awesome, man. And our man Glenn Rogers.
Yeah, Glenn played on this one, right?
Yeah, Glenn.
But this one here is pretty much you guys wrote all these songs, right?
Lance wrote all the music on that one except the bass part. Journey to Atlantis. That's my only writing on that
And
one.
there's a bonus tracks. The CD has a bonus track that's not on the album, and the downloaded version has a bonus track that's not on either.
This one is it Mass Hysteria? That's the bonus track.
Yeah,
on this
that's
vinyl.
the bonus. There was like 3 different bonus tracks.
Yeah, and then I don't know. I have a hard time picking. Now this is another one of those Ed Repka covers.
Yeah.
But this one here is the guy, I can't remember his name, but he's the guy who did a bunch of the early Creator
Philip
covers.
Levere.
There you go.
Yeah.
So, do you guys have a preference other than me? Anybody?
I love both those records.
Equally
for
both.
me,
I mean, it's two potatoes that are the same. I mean,
Yeah.
El Rostro was me and Glenn, and then Immortal is just one potato.
And they were mashed potatoes because you were getting after it.
This one came with a little 7-inch too.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyhow, I like all the HarXson stuff, and I nearly pulled one of the early albums. But like, you know what? I'm going to pull one of those albums that those guys played on because I think they're fantastic, and I think they hold up very well too.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, that
I mean,
we got to at least, on those albums, we got to go out and play a lot of those songs live for a lot of the fans. And we got to sign a lot of those albums for a lot of the kids that love them. Some diehard fans that they love those records and stuff. So we learned a lot.
Great choices.
Yeah, we can't keep up with you guys. Your collections are insane. Like we kind of ran out of choices.
Yeah, I could go back to the storage room, but
that's all right. We're
Well, I'm
we're
looking
getting
at
towards the end of the show. Anyhow, I've only got one left, and I'm sure you guys might only have 1 or 2 left, right? Because we only did 5.
Well, we're looking at some of these comments though. Frank Marino live or number 4, Frank Marino Mahogany Rush 4. I think that's a iconic record.
If you want to check out something really good, so the last couple record store days, they did double live records from Frank Marino. You can get them relatively cheap now.
And they're
blistering. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could have picked any of the classic early Saxon albums that would have fit in here.
Except the first one. I wouldn't have put the first one in there.
Yeah, from '79. You
you
just
can
a little
skip.
different.
I love Saxon, but you can skip the first album and go to the second.
How about Rock and Roll Machine by Triumph?
He said the U.S. version. I prefer the Canadian version.
I prefer the Canadian version too.
Yeah.
It's
But
got a
it's
little
a
Texas
10
tinker
star
on it.
record for me. I love rock and roll. And
what about Rush?
oh yeah,
Ooh.
You could have gone with any of the albums up and through moving
I just
pictures, and I wouldn't have argued.
2112 like 2 days ago. I was just spinning that record.
Yep.
Wow, saw Kiss live at Wildwood Convention Center in '75. That was a show because I think that one was released. Oh yeah, it says right there that show is in the new box set.
Yeah.
I'm
Right
not
on.
a really
Only
old person.
$790.
See what everybody else is saying. I'm sorry I wasn't keeping up. What happened to Metallica 72 Seasons art? What is that? I mean, it's okay. It's not horrible. I don't think it's. I've seen way worse covers than that.
Somebody pointed out the Metal Church behind me. I
One
guess
of my favorites of all time.
you could call that a classic.
The song Metal Church, I think, is one of the greatest metal riffs of all time. It doesn't get enough attention.
Yeah.
Loudness,
And,
Thunder in the East. That's another.
It also has one of the greatest, well, I don't know, ballads, if you want to call it about, and Watch the Children Play.
Oh yeah, that's true. And
Watch the Children Pray.
Pretty serviceable version of Highway Star also.
Pat Travers, Go For What You Know. That's a good one too. I was actually playing live Pat Travers today, and I was sitting in here working.
Some Nuge.
Yeah.
Well, I purposely didn't pick any Ted Nugent because it's become cliche with me that I always show Ted Nugent. So,
Well, I would have showed Ted Nugent too because that first album, the self-titled one, is massive.
I think that's
Yep.
one of the greatest records ever released. It sounds just as good today as it did when it came out. It's so good.
see, I'm gonna assume that the people who are choosing Trooper's first album are Canadian. I agree. I think the first Trooper album was fantastic. Do you guys know who Trooper are?
Yeah.
I mean, does any?
Yeah.
Which one is the one with the pilot with the little thing flying behind? That's my favorite one from Trooper, whichever album that is.
Oh, that's way on. That's like the third or fourth album that you're
yeah,
talking about.
that's my
But,
favorite.
the first album was definitely their heaviest record, and then they got a little more poppy. I like the poppier stuff though. It's kind of power pop like Cheap Trick or or early Cars, that kind of stuff. But I like all of it. So
You also
yeah, I
got
agree.
Razor.
Oh man.
yeah,
Violent
Since we're talking
Restitution,
Canadian.
Open Hostility, Violent Restitution, all those are just smokers.
Oh, there's a lot of good Canadian stuff.
Yeah.
Fraser Dawson said Hellstar. What album though? What album, Fraser, would you suggest?
My favorite is what's the one where the Hellstar logo is on the CD case?
That's Remnants of War.
Amazing.
Yep.
Yeah.
His voice was so good on that. That I think that's the best his voice ever sounded. Was that record?
At Sins of the Past, where they went in and re-recorded like their old hits.
Oh, Into the Past. That's what it is.
That's the one.
Yeah, Into the Past is the one.
I updated their logo on that, and man, they I love that record.
Yeah.
Because
now that's the one I'm
they
thinking of, Scott. That's the one where the Hellstar logo is on the actual.
embossed on the CD case.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was
good.
thinking you're talking about the silver foil embossing on.
No,
the,
they do. They
Remnants
also
of War.
do Saxon Heavy Metal Thunder, and they do one of the best versions of Animal Magnetism by the Scorpions.
But man, he knocks it out of the park.
Yeah, pretty
Well,
awesome.
before we run out of time, I'm going to show the last one I pulled. How about?
Oh,
Yeah,
Can't argue that.
he was looking for my UFO.
yeah. You cannot. That one will catch your turntable on fire.
Yep,
You can't
this
go
thing
wrong
is
with UFO.
amazing.
I mean, that's right there with Kiss as for Double Lives, man. It's so good.
I got to see Michael Schenker do the entire album live about, I don't know, 2-3 months ago. It was incredible. I mean, they were fantastic, and Schenker was on it. I mean, he was just, that dude's little too, man. He was, I always thought he was a bigger dude, but he was little, and he was just up there on stage, just commanding the stage. So I thought it was fantastic.
What about our brothers from Raven, the Gallagher brothers?
Oh,
yeah.
heck yeah,
I
man.
love those guys.
Rock Until You Drop is one of my all-time favorite records.
Yeah, they don't live far from here. They play Atlanta usually twice a year at least, and I go to see them every time they come through.
Yeah,
And their last actually, there you go. There's their
there you go. There's
Oh,
EP.
nice.
release
Yeah,
right there.
that's awesome.
You guys just have to be calling out stuff I have around me today. I don't know what it is.
We just got a show booked with them Thursday, March 28th at the Whiskey A
26th.
Go Go.
Oh, nice.
The 26th.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yes, Steve knows.
Road trip.
Yeah.
Say it again so everybody can hear it.
March 26th, we're gonna be playing the Whiskey with Raven in LA. So that
Right on. Is there any other bands playing besides HarXson and Raven?
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
there we just got the flyer. We're actually getting ready for this Friday. We're playing our debut show here in San Diego with Nukem, Cave Bastard, and Holy Dio tribute band. And so we've been just kind of pushing that show first, but we're getting ready for that's going to be our second show. So we're just kind of breaking out a little bit.
Nice. Oh, it's quite a few
Sweet.
bands playing. Cool. It should be a good night.
Yeah. So
But if I lived closer, I'd be there. I wish I could. But
yeah.
I also pulled this one. This was actually my, just in case
Oh,
somebody shows
yeah.
me
That's a
already
good one too.
Wrestle Some Wild. I know
Can't
a lot
go
of people
wrong.
a lot of people like Balls to the Wall better. This is the album that I basically discovered Accept on. Then I went backwards from there. So this has always been my favorite, still is. And I've actually
Even
got
Metal Heart's great.
Oh yeah.
yeah, Metal Heart's good too. I remember when it first came out, though, I was disappointed with Metal Heart because I thought it was kind of I thought it was more commercial sounding than the two that preceded it.
Well, even that first record they did where it's almost got a punk sound to it. I love that one too. It doesn't get a lot of love, but
Here's a few more. What do you guys think of this? How about Anvil?
Yes.
I don't
Metal
know.
on Metal.
I love Anvil. I don't know if it's something that every metalhead should have in their collection.
I think Metal on Metal
maybe.
and Metal on Metal is an out and out classic. I think that one could be in everybody's collection. How about Heart, Dreamboat Annie?
That's a great record.
Exciter.
Oh man,
Anything from Exciter.
So I got
That
two
horse.
more. I don't know if you guys pulled by, but this has become a favorite over the last 20 years or so.
Hey, Kev's checking in from Arizona. What's up, Kev?
Hey, what's up? I wasn't a big fan of these guys when I was younger, but as I got older, I love them, and I've seen them twice now. But the debut from
Uriah Heep.
Oh, it doesn't get much better than this. This is one of those perfect albums. And the song Gypsy, I would put in one of my favorite songs of all time. It's just amazing.
Man, this is like an MMA of metal going on here, just duking it out.
And then I'm surprised Scott didn't bring this one. I brought it just in case he decided not to show it, but I had to bring Rocks.
Yeah. That's my favorite Aerosmith record. That album is so heavy for 70s
record, which isn't saying much because whichever one in my hand is my favorite at that moment. But
I only have
somebody asked me what my favorite Aerosmith song was, and I went immediately to Rocks, and then you could just pretty much name Rats in the Cellar combination.
Nobody's Fault.
Back in the Saddle. Nobody's Fault. I mean, it's ridiculous.
And check out, if you guys haven't heard it, if you ever run across the quad pressing of that, the Back in the Saddle actually sounds different. The Trotting Horses is more up front. It's a totally different mix, and it'll blow your mind how good it is.
Which is actually Steven Tyler wearing like shoes with bottle caps on top of a piece of wood.
Yep.
In the studio. And that sound you hear, the whoosh, whoosh, that whip sound, that's actually Steven Tyler standing in the middle of the studio with a mic cord just swinging it around. They're recording it.
And so for some reason, the quad mix, though, that stuff comes forward a little bit in the mix, and it gives it a really cool sound. That whole record sounds a little different in quad, and I actually prefer that one now to the original record.
Really still with the silverware drawer.
Am I batting cleanup because I got a couple more, and then we're done?
Yeah, go for it, man. Go for it. We still got a few more minutes.
Okay. Jimmy Hendrix, are you experienced?
For me, it's Axis is my
Of course,
favorite.
I've got the Japanese pressing, and I've got the French pressing. Here, how about this one? Just since we're just
that Jimi Hendrix album changed the world. It really did.
Yeah,
so did that album. That album changed the world too. But that Jimi Hendrix album, I mean, guys like Eric Clapton and Jimmy Page and Jeff Beck, who were all, the big guitar players at the time. I mean, they had to learn something from Jimmy.
How about that?
Yeah. Boston.
Another game changer.
I think that may be the perfect that may be the perfect radio rock record. And then I'm gonna I got to shout out to the locals.
Yeah,
Gamicide.
If you want to define Texas thrash, I think this is some would say rigor mortis. I know Tony Clem mentioned rigor mortis, but man, this thing right here, I
like rigor mortis, but I really, really like that Gamicide album. It's always been one of my favorites.
And here's the dirty little secret: they're back together. They're doing more music. They've got
and their show is fantastic.
And ask Steve about the show.
Yeah,
but I've heard the scratch tracks to their new record. It doesn't sound any different. You're going to get basically the backup to this, and it's going to be freaking awesome. And then one more, and then we're done.
Well, before you move on to your one more, that Gamicide album will be getting a reissue this year. Just so everybody knows, it's coming out because the vinyl's sold out, the CDs are all sold out, but it'll be getting a reissue, and it'll go into distribution for the first time ever.
And by the way, the remastered version of it sounds the best. The box set one that I helped Rick put together and did the cover for didn't sound as good as it could have, but Rob's version, Rob Colwell, shout out to him. And once again, we harken back to what got us to the dance, and that was 70s classic rock. Could not mention Grand Funk, but anyway, that's a whirlwind, and we're right at an hour. What do you know?
Yes, we are. Well, before we go, Steve and Lance, you guys, is there anything you want to say before we
we want to thank you guys first and foremost for having us on the show, and you guys have awesome collections. So we learned some stuff today too, and it's always great, being able to be part of the show with you guys. And thanks again for all your support.
And all of you out there, go to No Life Till Metal get the new HarXson EP, and also check out our website, HarXson.com.
And then don't forget to go see him if you're in anywhere near LA. Coming up at the end of the month here, they're playing with Raven. So
that's March.
That's in March.
Oh, it's March, but you got a show coming up at the end of January too.
This Friday, the 30th, our album release date. We're playing here in San Diego at McGuffey's with Nukem. They're a San Diego thrash band. They're pretty awesome.
Great
So
band.
check
I saw
them out
a few
too.
years back.
And it's Steve Brogman's birthday bash. He's a baby. He's only 40. So we're gonna get pretty crazy with him this Friday, and we're gonna break our necks. So
right on. Little whiplash.
Little whiplash. Our first whiplash in a while. So
right on. Cool. Well, that's it for this edition of the Metal Roundtable, episode number 298. You can find Steve, and if you give me a second, I'll get to the assets here and put them up. I'm really bad at this. I'm not a professional. Never said I was. I'm just a
production value, Scott. It's always been our forte.
I'm just a
or the lack thereuf.
I'm just a dorky metal fan. So
it's
anyhow,
better when it's not perfect anyway.
Oh, there. Wow.
They changed it. Subscribe to Steve on YouTube at Harmless Rebel 868. And you can also find Steve on anywhere else, Steve?
Yeah, Instagram at harmless_rebel.
Right on. And you can find John on Instagram at CarcassJohnArt and also at
128 DB Rock. Like tonight, we'll be playing Carcass John's Alter Ego, bunch of eclectic, crazy instrumental and rock and metal tracks. Just tune in. The app is free as always, and it allows you to listen to other stuff that's really cool on there, including The Crypt, which is the heaviest music on the planet. So
yeah, I actually got someone told me they listened to your show and they thought your show was amazing. So I'm passing that message on.
All right, I do my best, and I have great bands like HarXson that I can lead off the triple thrash thread at the top of the second hour, and I love it. It's a great venue.
And you can find me on Instagram at No Life Till Metal, or you can find me on YouTube under No Life Till Metal or Scott Waters. Or you can find me on Facebook. I'm pretty much everywhere. So just look for No Life Till Metal and you'll find me. You can go to the NoLifeTillMetalRecords.com. That's where you can get the new HarXson record. You can also get the new Patriarchs in Black record, which is coming out very, very soon too. I actually heard, for those who are interested in the Patriarchs in Black, that the vinyl came in early and is shipping early. So if you haven't got your order in to get the pre-order price, do it now. It's called Completely Covered in Black, and it's all except for one. There's the original EP that came out last year that was called Covered in Black. The full length with new songs on it is coming out. It's called Completely Covered in Black, and that's the one you can order on No Life Till Metal Records too. The first two albums on No Life Till Metal Records this year, Patriarchs in Black, there they are, and HarXson. If you guys don't know who Patriarchs in Black are, it's Dan Lorenzo from Hades is the main character in that band, along with
Johnny Kelly from Typo
Johnny
Negative.
Kelly from Typo Negative. Yeah.
Nice.
So,
hey, Mr. Pickle, you can reach
that's
me.
It.
I'm on Facebook. I'm on Facebook.
Do Death too?
What's that?
Was John in Death too?
Johnny Kelly?
Yeah. What other band?
He was in Quiet Riot for a while. I don't know if he still is.
Quiet Riot, yeah.
Okay.
Anyhow, that's it. So appreciate y'all watching. See, now we do this, man, as we always do. Metal. Will. Prevail. You have to look evil.